So if partnering sorts out the urgent need of capital, so be it.
Okay, and maybe if you're on the lookout of partnership partners, and he's one of them, because he said if if need be, then he's welcoming you for any partnership. But from today, we'd love to take the mentorship part from you. Looking at this business, and for any one person who wants to start up a business like this, what are the do's and don'ts? Because there are regulations, there are so many other aspects. What are the major do's and don'ts?
Number one, in any business to do well, you need to understand your clients. As I say, the client is always right. Even when they're wrong, they will be right, but you must be able to know how to actually explain and make them understand that they were wrong and how it should be done right. So if you are to succeed in this, it's a do. You must know the client. Number two, of course, patience. Many a times, and I've seen this with the youngest generation that we're having, they're not patient.
Yeah, true.
And even myself, at some point, I was tempted, and I felt, you know, what do I need to do to make it sooner, you know? And patience is everything here. People will need time to trust you. People will need time to know you. People will need time to understand you. People will need time to actually end up knowing, you know, if it's Victor, it's fine.
Okay.
You know, the don'ts, of course, there's always a thin line between getting to know what you shouldn't do, but it's obvious. If you hit me here, I will not smile back. You know, even a client, if you joke with his goods or their goods or whatever they have and fail to deliver maybe on time, or you fail to deliver in the first place, or you fail to make it on with the right quality, or something that will actually make them get a loss or suffer even the smallest of loss, that is a don't.
Okay.
That is a don't. If it's payment or if it's anything that you need to settle on time, you better settle it. Because even if it's the bank that you borrow, you fail to pay or to honor your payment, that is a don't, because that makes it a failure in you growing further than you know you expect to grow. Because tomorrow when you go back, they don't lend you money. You can't do without this money. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there are many we can talk about, and everything else that makes you, anything that dents your image, it's a no-no.
It's a don't, especially in business.
Well,
I know guys are already inspired, as I told you earlier. 2144 is our SMS line. We would like to interact with you. Mr. Victor Ngate is here to answer all your questions. All your valid questions will actually be answered today. For now, we watch the second video of today's segment. Send your SMSs to 21144. Stay tuned. We'll be right back shortly.
What kind of transportation does Cynkey do?
I registered a company, which is Cynkey Limited. Cynkey being is an acronym for my wife and for my daughter. My daughter is called Lakisha. My wife is called Cynthia. So Cynkey comes in Cynthia and Kisha. So it came in very easy. Of course, with the search, it was immediately, there was no name like that, and I picked it up. So Cynkey was registered in the year 2009. Specifically to do the same thing I was doing while I was an employee at this very company. It was easy to start, simply because there were people who were waiting for me, you know, in the market, and they knew Victor had come up with an idea within the company, and it had done so well for the big companies. So I'm sure he can do something for us.
The company handles special cargoes, which include horticultural goods and pharmaceutical cargo, which in this case should be ferried in controlled temperatures.
This is a special truck specifically designed to move perishable goods. Number one, we need the vehicle to be insulated, which many people who may not understand the aspect of the temperature control might just bring a truck that looks like it can move. Any truck would load any goods, but the goods we are loading are sensitive. And number one, they need temperature control, cool temperatures. Flowers will require between 2 degrees and 5 degrees. So to maintain that, first of all, because I could give you flowers that are 2 degrees from my cold store, to maintain that, you need an insulated body. This insulated body, we have people who do them locally, but we have also people who, you can import the trucks that are fully insulated and ready for the job. Secondly, depending with the distance, depending with the temperatures that you're exposed to during the day, then depending with what the temperatures and the distance of movement, then you need to introduce a secondary temperature control tool, which is the refrigerator. Now, on top of the insulation, then you bring in a cooler unit, which now generates the low temperatures within the box. So it's easy to maintain these particular temperatures.
Why does Cynkey target only small farmers, not the other way around?
My target are basically growers, and these are people who are exporting, mainly flowers. We also have some people who do veg. We also have people who do meat, and of course they would want to transport them within the recommended temperatures. We also have pharmaceuticals. There are people who do drugs which need to be transported within particular environment, which is below a particular temperature. We also have vaccines under the pharmaceuticals. Vaccines are highly perishable. They have specific temperatures that you cannot go below and above a particular temperature. So you must be able to regulate the temperatures within either the 2 degrees and the 8 or the 3 and the 5, depending on whatever requirements they have. We also have, those are the main guys I target, simply because mine is specialized. But of course, you'll never fail to get these people who come in and they have a particular need and they think you can give them a solution, and you give them a solution. Because Cynkey Limited is not about a flat service. I mean, we do specific customized solution to clients, depending with your needs. And that's why our logo, we actually talk of solution at its best. I mean, you'll come up with a problem, and then since we are in to customize a solution, that is what we give you, the best for you, to make sure that you deliver and you're comfortable with the quality and time and the standards of the service.
The South Bay situated farm started with 2 people as its staff, that is Ngatia and his wife, hiring trucks, but thanks to perseverance, now the farm has 16 staff members distributed across the country with 7 trucks at its disposal.
Many a times we want to start this big business, and it always comes with a lot of problems. And I'm glad that I started mine very small. I started with a point of not having a truck. I started from hiring trucks. I would depend on your truck today, and I would move a few boxes here and there, and I would deliver. Of course, make some money, make some losses here and there. And along the way, of course, I learned a number of things that I wouldn't really take a risk on today when it comes to hiring of trucks. I think growing the team has always been expanding due to a particular need. I never expanded simply because I want to actually just be big.
5 years in this business, Ngatia has learned the trade, and he believes he has something special that no one can tap and beat him in the already competitive market.
I'm a strong believer in good service will always sell. And if I do good to you, you are the same person without even being pushed, who will tell your neighbor or your next person who wants my service that you should try Cynkey Limited. And that has happened in a number of instances. I have the current client at the moment who is in just around Naivasha, who has heard about us, and it's only a client of mine who told them about our services. And the most important part is to, first of all, get to know the client. Establish contact. Of course, we do that immediately. A client would always want you to give us a quote, But I don't rush into giving a quote, because as much as I give a quote, I might not give you a solution that you so require. So the first thing I do is meet them.